Let me get. Oh snap! It said rotate. I'm trying to set you guys up, man. We in the dungeon right now, man. We in the dungeon right now, man. All right. Trying to set you guys up, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm running late. I'm running late. What you going on? How y'all doing today? How are you guys doing today? It's about to go down. If you guys don't know, now you know, man. It's the college football playoff selection. And this year was crazy. Let me drop a filter. Let me drop a bell. Let me get this day right, man. How about this one? Nah, that's too dark. Y'all like this one? Nah, I don't like it. Make me look ashy. I do no filter, man. Oh, this one looks nice. Nah. But anyways, yes, sir. So it's a playoff. If you guys haven't didn't watch none of the championship game, now we're gonna start off with the Big Ten. So the Big Ten, you had Oregon versus Penn State. Now this is Oregon's first year in the Big Ten conference, and they won. But Oregon's been number one for what, a couple weeks now. So we all know any team that wins the Big Four, Big Five conference, they automatically get a bid in the playoff selection, right? What's going on? Let's go. Hey, who are you rooting for, Paul? Oh man, I forgot to put it. Hold on, man. Hold on, Paul. Hold on, Paul. Hold on, Paul. I got the TV set up. We gonna listen live right here on this live, man. I'm gonna do a little. Who you rooting for, Paul? Go Irish. Oh no. Hold on, Paul. Let me show you something, Paul. You talking about go Irish? I just passed by North South Bend. I just passed by South Bend not too long ago. Hold on, Paul. Damn, man, I'm not even ready for y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna show you who I'm rooting for. Hold on, man. It's a mess, man. But I'm trying to get right, dog. I'm doing my best to get right. You hear me? I'm gonna show you who I'm rooting for. I'm gonna open a little light, man, so y'all can see the kid. I want y'all to see this. Excuse me if you see anything that you're not supposed to see. Oh, y'all already know what time it is, man. Woo, let's go. Hey, we can make it. We still got a chance to make it, man. Florida State still got a chance to make it. You hear me? Cause I'm gonna get to you why I say Florida State might get a chance. Cause this is the reason why. Hey man, we logged in. I'm gonna show you guys. We're gonna go live. We're doing a real live reaction. I got the screen right here, right? I'm gonna play a little bit for you, so y'all know I ain't playing, man. We gonna watch this live. Starts at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna watch this live. I got it right here. The reason why I say Florida State might have a chance, right? As I was saying in the beginning, Oregon won. They are in there. Now it comes to the SEC Conference Championship game. If you guys have not watched that, before I go to the SEC Conference Championship game, the reason I'm speaking real fast because it's almost about that time. Before I go there, I just want to talk about Oregon. You know, Toodles, they always make it to the playoff championship, well, not championship, but they always make it to the playoffs. They actually were one of the first teams that made it to the playoffs when they first originated. When it was four teams. Guess who they played? Florida State. Mario Cristobal was the coach then. Knowledge Pod, if you could tell your younger self anything, what would you say, knowing what you know now? LSU. Hey, we ain't forget, man. We ain't forget, baby. Man, shout out LSU, man. Y'all got the best receivers. Y'all be dancing, all that good stuff, man. But what were I telling the younger stuff? Man, stay disciplined, stay motivated. Don't let other people bring you down. I know one thing I teach you is money is king, but knowledge of credit is power. Let that sit in. You know what I mean? So, anyways, that's why I tell myself, stay motivated, stack it up. You're almost there, man. Don't be distracted. But let's go back to Georgia. Georgia wins, right? Georgia goes to overtime win, right? Versus Texas. Now the problem is, remember what happened to Florida State last year? See, this is the reason why I'm going live right now. Y'all forgot what happened to Florida State? We got snubbed to enter the college football playoff because our star quarterback was hurt. Well, didn't Carson Beck get hurt during the conference championship game? That you guys had a backup quarterback playing for you guys, and you guys won by overtime. Remember? Y'all remember, right? So if Carson Beck is hurt, you guys actually put him in the game just to hand off the ball, just to make it look like yeah, all right. We know what you're doing, Kirby. Kirby, I ain't dumb. We know what you're doing, Kirby. You don't want the committee selection people get wind that oh snap, Carson Beck is hurt. Now we can go back and say, well, they won the SEC conference championship, so they have the right to go to the national champion or to the playoff, right? Well, no, 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 no. They said, I quote, there's a lot of factors that makes a team eligible to play in the playoffs. Winning your conference championship is one of them. But we also do know if your star player, Carson Beck, gets hurt, that can be a key reason not to put you in the playoff. So we're gonna see that today. That's why I'm so excited. Because Georgia, you win those 8 overtimes versus Georgia Tech. You win overtime with Texas. You lost to Alabama. And we're gonna get to Alabama next because SMU. Whew. But anyways, you lost to Alabama. And you're not looking too good, buddy. You remember that fate? You say Georgia's in no matter what? Maybe. If Georgia's in, then man, they had it out for us, man. Florida State, they had it out for us. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? Hey, if they're in, they're in. But that just raised a lot of. I just think that we should let the computers decide who goes in, who doesn't go in. Now, if you win your conference championship, you already get an automatic bid. But everything else, let the computer do it. We're having these knuckleheads, these guys making decisions, females making decisions, don't make sense to me. But SMU, the ACC National Championship game, conference championship game, I think that was the best freaking conference championship game by far. I think Texas should be out. No ranked wins if they want to take SMU out. Ooh, that's a good. That we're gonna go. We're gonna talk exactly. See, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I think Texas should be out. Just like you said. Now that's an argument that they're having with Alabama versus Miami, or AKA it could be SMU, because SMU lost to Clemson. Clemson already gets a bid into the playoff. Now we already know they kick Miami ass out of there. Before I go any further, all y'all Miami fans, in the first 9 weeks, on my ass. Pause. What you did all that hard work for? I'll wait. Why y'all did all that hard work just to not make it to the playoff? Better yet, not even make it to the conference championship game. Because when we worked hard, we went to the conference championship game and won with a third string quarterback. You guys got a superstar, a Heisman candidate, caliber player. Y'all ain't make it, man. Dabo Sweeney said, man, shout out Big Dog. Shout out Syracuse. Because Clemson was not supposed to be at the conference championship game. Miami, if you would have won the game, you would have been at the conference championship game. But because you lost to Clemson, because you lost to Syracuse, that's the only reason why Dabo Sweeney is in there. So I don't want you guys to get big headed. Be like, oh my goodness, Dabo Sweeney is a prophet. He said he'll never use the transfer portal and still be a winning conference, blah, blah, blah. No, the only reason why Dabo Sweeney got in there was because of Miami fucked it up. Miami, that's what Miami do. They get big headed and they forget about how to finish. But going back to the conference championship, right? With SMU versus Alabama, that's one thing that they're trying to say. They're trying to say that Alabama played more reputable teams than SMU. Alabama beat Georgia, and Georgia's the SEC conference champions. But they also lost to Vanderbilt. They also lost to three teams. Lost to Vanderbilt. Who else did they lose? I just had it on the top of my head. I forgot. I forgot who else they lost to. But Alabama lost 3 games. So if you take SMU out and push Alabama in, it's gonna be a fucking riot. And that's why I'm live right now. Like I really want to get the live reactions, man, because this one's gonna be crazy. Because they're justifying saying that Alabama deserved to be in rather than SMU. because they play better teams. Well, if Alabama deserved to be in, then you might as well let Vanderbilt skip over Alabama because they beat Alabama and let them take their spot. You know, you might as well go ahead and do that. Oh, you guys, we're gonna go. We gonna let me. You guys think I'm playing? You guys think I'm playing? Oh man, y'all can hear that? Y'all can hear that? So right now we got Notre Dame. They setting down. Arizona State, Boise State. What I'm looking at right now. Listen, listen. 4 more minutes. We got 4 more minutes. Last year was crazy. Let me lower this down a little bit. Last year was crazy. As a Florida State fan, I was devastated. I remember I was at. I was in Houston, Texas. I was in Houston, Texas. I was driving, and when they put Alabama over us, I was devastated for 3 days. I was hurt. I lost my voice. I couldn't think. Man, it was just crazy. But I really do want the committee to put Alabama over SMU. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I want them to put Alabama over SMU, don't leave Clemson. Clemson deserved to be in there. I fought with Clemson. The reason why I like Clemson, even though Dabo Sweeney be saying, doing his remarks against Florida State, and we be doing our little remarks against him, but when it came down to the part where we were going to sue the ACC because of the rights and the payouts and this, that, and the third, the only coach that actually stood up out of the whole conference, the ACC conference, the only one that stood up with us was Clemson. So I forever tip my hat at Clemson. You know, when I play you guys, you know, it ain't no, ain't no mercy. But I was gonna respect Dabo Sweeney for standing up with us, towards the end. But the reason why I want to see SMU or Alabama jump SMU, just so we can say fuck you ACC. I want to see ACC if you really got a fucking backbone. I really want to see if you're going to fuck. I'm talking about the commissioners, the chairmans of the ACC conference. I want to fucking see if you motherfuckers have a backbone and going to vouch for SMU to be in there too. We know Clemson in there. Are y'all going to vouch for SMU over Alabama? Because y'all sure didn't vouch for us over Alabama last year. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you guys sure didn't vouch for us. So, yeah, we doing a watch party, guys. We got it. We got it. It's almost on, man. 3 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Just chill. When they jump on, we live, baby. Y'all vibe. Tell your friends to tell a friend we going live. This is the watch party, man. We gonna react. But sorry, I got him. That's the reason why I would want Alabama. I want to see. I want to see you, ACC commissioners and all y'all people. Are y'all gonna vouch? Do y'all vouch for SMU to be in the playoff? 'Cause I know SEC gonna vouch. Shit. I know they gonna vouch. They did last year. The only difference now is Nick Saban getting paid by ESPN. All right, that's what I want to see, man. But I ain't gonna lie, this college playoff, with this committee and all that, it destroyed the bowl games. Like nobody's not gonna watch the bowl game this year. What the fuck am I watching a bowl game for? Y'all niggas ain't making it to the playoffs. The fuck I'm watching a bowl game for? You know what I'm saying? Miami, Miami, Miami. Listen, listen. But I want y'all to listen good.
Championship Drive Rankings Countdown is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
I want y'all to listen good.
Cannot wait for the rankings release show coming your
40
way top of the hour on
seconds left.
ESPN. We all agree, we've discussed it all morning, SMU over Alabama. What's the one thing, let's go down the line, that you want to learn from the committee today?
Who y'all think gonna win? Alabama or SMU?
Deserving teams, especially as it pertains to SMU versus teams like Alabama.
Is there going to be any little tweaking to see the matchups that are created, especially this first round going on the road, of how they're going to seed everybody? Is there a little tweak?
Who do you guys think is going to make it, Alabama or SMU?
That is going to go a long way in determining.
I want them to jump SMU because I want to say, fuck you, ACC.
5 through 8.
I want everyone else to see the ACC is a piece of shit. While everyone was talking shit about us, being crybaby and this and that, blah, 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 now y'all shitting bricks. Y'all should have saw the head coach for SMU. That nigga was already crying. He already knew what was going to happen.
Good morning. We are live on ESPN2, an hour from kickoff.
Hold on. We got to watch the selection show. Man, y'all said 12 p.m. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. I got people waiting, man. I got my ticket, man. There we go. I told you I got the ticket. Y'all chill. I told you I got y'all VIP, man.
56-yard field goal. Even those assured of their fate anxiously wait to see when their paths will start. For others, it's where, by grace, who gets a
Let me know in the comments if y'all can hear. If y'all want to up the volume a little bit, let me know in the comments if y'all can hear.
Home or road, well done, or cast out, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Interact. Playoff bracket of life revealed soon.
Of course, they gonna put Alabama in there.
Numbers are everywhere, all around us, leading us. More than digits in a sequence.
Talking about bullshit. We ain't trying to hear all that, man. We trying to figure out, are y'all gonna jump over SMU and put Alabama in that bit? We already know that. That's what we all waiting for. Or y'all gonna fuck SMU the same way y'all fuck Florida State? That's what we're here for, man. God, damn, all this extra shit, man. What's wrong with these people, man? Woo. Yeah, they ain't got hit.
And the final test begins.
I wish I could share the screen with y'all, man, but you know, copyright infringement and all that.
They are in the college football playoff. 10 champions.
So many numbers.
The ACC had the best conference championship game. The other game was boring.
But who's counting? We are.
Hold on, I'm trying to share. I gotta share this.
That is where they will decide the national championship on January 20th. Welcome to the College Football Playoff Selection Show presented by AT&T.
My bad, y'all. I gotta share that screen. Y'all hear? Let me know in the comments, man. Let me know in the comments if y'all hear or not, man.
Winning it, they will be placed into the bracket, but where most believe that they will get the 2 seed. This is the bracket we will fill out. Top 4 conference champions buys into the quarterfinals, 5th highest ranked by the committee in Grapevine.
Right now, I'm looking at Clemson, Notre
field
Dame,
wherever they're ranked.
Arizona State, Boise State. Ain't nobody sitting at Boise State.
And Notre
You guys
Dame,
think Boise
Arizona
State?
Clemson,
Okay.
and
Thank you.
Boise State.
I am.
We'll check in with all of them. Glad to have you with us. Reese Davis along with Booger McFarland, Joey Galloway,
Thank you for watching with
and Greg McElroy also ready to join us. Kirk Herbstreit and Nick Saban. So what are you
lucky you
waiting
got
on
cancer.
here?
I will talk shit about you,
here
Kirk.
after all of these shows.
Yeah, the day's finally here, and here we are once again trying to figure out what this committee is going to do.
Off the record, fuck you.
So last night, late in the night, a team fight their way back and lose on the last second field goal, that being SMU. I can't wait to see this decision, guys.
Oh, they got Nick.
And then we keep talking about they played in the game, but they lost.
SMU out of there.
So that is the balance that the committee has to figure out.
Bro, they got Kirk Herbstreit and Nick Saban on the TV screen. What going on? I am. You a Miami fan? I am. They got Nick Saban and Kirk Herbstreit on the TV, man. This shit crazy. Yeah. SMU out of there.
Or what do we do with conference championship games? Because if you look at the resume, Alabama was not playing on conference championship Saturday. SMU was. They lost. And now are you going to penalize them for having reached the postseason the way they did? So that'll be really interesting to see how the committee handles that.
A lot of different things to consider, and the coaches everywhere sitting on pins and needles. And how about Nick Saban? Nick's sitting on the other side of this thing now. No, he said all year, no consequences to this. How does it feel to be on the other side of the divide, Nick?
A lot less stress, I can tell you that.
A lot less stress.
You know, when things are
It's still
subjective
sucking your
like they
dick,
are,
Nick. I ain't gonna lie.
in terms
Pause.
of picking, it's very
Trying to get the light
difficult for
right,
the
my bad.
committee to make the decisions based
Hey, Nick,
on
we're gonna calm
a
that
lot
down,
of
man. We're gonna calm that down. UM all day. Let me ask you a question, UM. So why y'all work so hard this year not to make it to the playoffs? Not even the playoffs, your conference championship. You guys are going to a bowl game. You guys don't mean what bowl games are you going to? You guys paid over $1 million for a star quarterback and still can't make it to the fucking playoffs.
We have teams that are
That's
getting in the
Miami.
playoffs and actually getting buys that have the 80th
Nick
best
Saban bitch
strength
ass
of
on TV
schedule.
right now.
We have teams that
Answer
are
me that.
now going to get decided based on
You guys beat Florida. You guys beat Florida State.
a strength of schedule.
Y'all lost to
15 as
Syracuse,
opposed
lost to
a
Georgia
strength
Tech
of schedule
second time in a
of
row.
60. And so is it winning games more important? Now, my question about all this is if those things were factors, why is the ranking the way it is? In other words, if Alabama should be in the playoffs instead of SMU, SMU shouldn't get knocked out for having lost in the ACC championship game. But how about the fact that they shouldn't have been rated 8th to start with? They should have had to play their way into the championship, because whether it's South Carolina, Ole Miss, Miami, whoever it is,
guess what? We
if
both
they had a
enjoyed
better
Turkey that
strength of
week.
schedule, if that's the determining factor, not wins,
This is what he's saying.
then they should have played their way into the championship by having to win in the ACC.
He said, well, you know, I'm not saying they don't deserve, SMU do not deserve to be in the championship game or the playoff game, but we need to change the rankings a little bit. SMU shouldn't have been 8 in the nation. What, nigga, Alabama's what, 11 in the nation? What y'all think? Y'all should have been 11 in the nation with 3 losses? Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all niggas funny.
Comment about brand
Nigga Kirk.
over
Oh, bitch
last
ass.
night. I think that's like low-hanging fruit on the internet or on social media. To me, I think it's very, very clear that
Yeah,
what
we
Coach
enjoyed
just
Turkey.
described and what Greg just described, this isn't easy. The committee's going to lose no matter what they do. You know, you look at SMU, they make it to their conference
He's
championship
giving y'all
game.
hints.
They lose on the last second.
The community's gonna lose no matter what they do. So fuck it. Boy, Alabama on that bitch. What you trying to say?
Very, very
What you trying to say?
disappointing, almost embarrassing loss late in the year when they're a 3-touchdown favorite against Oklahoma. So there's really no right answer. Normally, I would err on the side with what Coach Saban is saying. Alabama has 3 wins over teams that are currently in the top 25.
Nigga funny,
Usually
bro.
that should matter, but that loss, for me,
You
I
funny.
called the game in Norman.
When it was Florida
It's not a
State, he
great
was going,
Oklahoma
man,
team.
I'm
And
gonna leave it at that.
Alabama
We're
didn't
not
just
in there.
lose
We're not
that
in there.
game. They got embarrassed. And I'm guessing that could potentially be an anchor for them that could be tough
So
to
what
overcome.
team you guys are rooting
And,
for?
I wouldn't be surprised if the committee honored SMU because of that loss in Norman late in the year.
Book, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, and to your point, Kurt, just bringing a little levity to the situation, you're right. It was maybe a little low-hanging fruit, but at the end of the day, we're having a little fun up here. I differ with you a little bit when we talk about Alabama and that strength of record and all of that. They have
FSU.
3 losses. One of those is by 21 points on the road at Norman. Another one is to Vanderbilt. So I hear you and Coach talk about who we beat, but at some point,
First you
it's
said
hard for
UM
me
all day,
to
now it's FSU. If you're an FSU fan, then I'm a Syracuse fan. So we swapping teams. No Diddy, pause.
At some point, we have to
So
take
we
a
swapping
look at
team.
who
I'm a
these teams
Syracuse
is
fan.
based on who they're lined up on their schedule, and I think that's why I'm going to lean toward
Woo.
SMU a little bit.
You know, let's say the same thing, though. You're saying the same thing. We're looking at who they play.
I just said I said the same thing.
We're saying, honestly, you guys keep saying they get penalized for playing. No. We're
Penalized
getting
for
penalized
losing.
for losing.
But here's the thing, and let's get to the last night's conference championship games. And I think the one thing you look at with this is that all of these teams have proven they can lose. All of them have warts.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, hey, I want them to bring up the fact that Carson Beck got hurt. Will that affect the decision with the playoffs? Let's see if they talk about that.
You would like to be, which might be a team that doesn't play as strong a schedule. So here's what happened last night. conference championship games. If you win, as Dan Lanning said, you don't have to worry about any of this. Conference champions crowned, the 5 highest ranked champions go into the field. The Oregon Ducks, the only undefeated team in college football, first year in the Big Ten. They hold off Penn State 45-37, win the Power Conference title in their first season in the league. The 5th school to do that as the Ducks make a successful transition to the Big Ten. Arizona State transition to the Big 12. Boy, how good was Cam Scatterboot? How good were the Sun Devils, period, in destroying?
But check it out, though. Check it out. You're saying that Georgia got a free bid. Check it out. First of all, y'all won about a halftime, overtime. I mean. Second of all, y'all star player got hurt. Now, according to Kurt Hurstreet, your homeboy, SEC homeboy, listen.
For the second time this season, they lost Carson Beck on the last play of the first half and still able to win in overtime. And Clemson
lost Carson Beck, right? So the committee did say that there's a lot of factor when it comes to the playoffs. Just because you won your conference championship game doesn't mean you're already in. That means in the Mountain West and the MAC conference, why they ain't in the playoffs? I'm not saying Georgia's not going to get in there, but if Georgia stays, you know they're going to have to bring Alabama because Alabama beat Georgia. So think about it. And 2, if you guys let Georgia play, I'm not going to feel salty about it, but that's fucked up because when we lost our quarterback, went undefeated, won the championship, and Georgia lost that freaking year, we still didn't go through. Now Georgia won the SEC championship. And whatever, man. But we're gonna see, man. That's why I did this.
By 3. So
yeah, it
Boise
does.
State's been riding that a little bit as well.
Bro, Georgia don't get no free bid, man. If it goes up to me, nah, nigga, your quarterback got hurt.
Over the place.
Nigga, out of there. You out of there.
With what's going on in the play.
Quarterback got hurt. They like how about us?
Taylor McGregor's at Boise State. We got Katie.
And Carson and Kirby Smart is smart as fuck. You know what he did? He sent that nigga. He sent back to the locker room. Make sure he came back out on the field with his shoulder pads on and everything. Make sure he put ice around his elbow like he's straight. Ain't nothing, you know what I mean? He good. Then your freshman or your redshirt sophomore, which is like a 4-star, 5-star high school college player, high school player, football player, right? He gets hurt. You throw Carson back, he passed the ball. Nigga could barely move his arm. He like this. Nigga, we could have put Jordan Travis in a fucking wheelchair. You don't think we would have did that shit? In the fucking rascal, the little motor shit? Juking nigga like this? You don't think we would have did the same shit? So we can make it to the playoffs? So if y'all let Georgia make it to the playoffs knowing that their star quarterback is hurt, fuck you, committee. You know how I feel.
After dismantling Iowa State yesterday in the Big 12 title game, that was such a complete performance, and they did it without top wide receiver Jordan Tyson. Cam Scatterboot continues to be an absolute
if you put Georgia in there,
they want the 3. At the very least, they'll take the 4.
You have to put
now let's head to
Alabama
Clemson. We'll check in with Molly McGrath. Hey, Molly.
The same thing what happened last year because they put Texas in there.
Pizza watch party has begun as players dig into
225 Alabama won the national championship.
The excitement and anticipation.
They had to put
Clemson
Texas
truly
and Georgia
believes that
in there,
they should be considered for a first-round bye, and their head coach Dabo Sweeney made it clear last night the ACC should be a multi-bid league. They went 8-1 in league play, and frankly, they could use the time off. Their 1,000-yard rusher Phil Maffa still dealing with the shoulder injury, and they need him healthy if they want to make a run deep.
If Georgia gets in there, the writing's already on the wall.
We'll find out if that might be a bridge too far.
The comparison between Alabama and SMU.
And winning the conference championship, but to their credit, they did it. Now, the final spot almost certainly comes down to Alabama SMU. If you happen to have not seen our show on Tuesday night, you might be thinking, well, why not Miami? Why not Ole Miss? Why not South Carolina? And those are all fair and valid points. But the selection committee chair, Ward Manuel, who we will talk to later in the show, told us that those teams that did not play on conference championship Saturday would not change in their order relative to each other. And Alabama was the highest ranked and the last team in the field in the projections last week. Now, after Clemson wins, how far will SMU drop? So that basically puts Alabama and SMU on the bubble. We have reporters both places. Alyssa Lang is with the Crimson Tide.
Why not Miami?
Y'all
lost to Syracuse.
For SMU into the
and y'all
ACC.
lost to Georgia Tech.
College football
you guys
playoff.
were supposed to be in the ACC championship. Y'all blew it. That's why not Miami.
I caught up with head coach Kalen DeBoer just a couple minutes ago, and he recognized that when you stumble in the regular season, that's going to make a day like today a little bit more stressful. But he also recognizes what it is to play in the SEC and the fact that you're playing championship caliber football throughout the course of the season. You're talking about an Alabama team that has faced Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina.
If you put Alabama in there, why don't you just put Vanderbilt too? I'm just saying.
My bad. Just last night, he also
If you
talked about
put
3 teams out of the
Alabama
SEC
in there, didn't
making the final 12 college football playoff teams, and whether or
didn't
not that's
Vanderbilt
a
beat them?
representation of just
Gotta
how
charge my phone.
strong the Southeastern Conference is this year. When you look at some of the other teams on the
this
outside
bullshit.
looking in, they'll have their.
So that's where it comes down to. Like I said, Miami was supposed to make it to the SEC, ACC championship since week 1. And I knew it. Like, shout out to my homeboy Chuzo. I go ahead and follow I am. I'm not sure if you got it. Hold on.
Texas version, because last night the Mustangs lost their immunity challenge to in the ACC championship.
They don't got no watch party
today.
today.
Sweat and sit out the tribal council. It was a long night. The team didn't get back here to Texas until 4:30 this morning.
They know they're not
Sent
making
the
it.
players on their way. There will be no watch party, and that's a residual of what happened last year at Florida State. The negative social media images of the Florida State watch party kind of scaring these teams away from doing that. So they'll control all the images as the players will watch this show from their various homes. Coach Rhett Lashley is in the building. We hope to speak to him later today. And Mustang team and fans and players all hopeful that their second half surge last night showed America their true quality. It's an 11-win team with no top 25 wins. Reese?
11
and Quinn, if you want to continue that analogy, I guess they formed an alliance
That's
with
gonna
the
hurt
ACC, one in which the ACC is not paying the media revenue, so SMU raised their own money and said, how about if we just go get some of that playoff money? How about if we do some of that for you in there as they try to be the second ACC team in? You know what the most powerful man in college football is right now? Zach Feldman in graphics. He knows the answer to who's in the bracket.
So that means that there's only one ACC championship team that's playing in the playoff, and that's Clemson. That sucks, bro, because you got Ohio State. I don't think Michigan's playing. So you got Ohio State playing. You got Oregon playing. Those are Big Ten. Then SEC, you got Georgia, bitch ass maybe, with an overtime win. And they're trying to put in Alabama in there. Let me see what time does it, like, bro, what time are they gonna do the selection? Like, you could have tripped it. So I wanna pull up the brackets, and as you guys hear, SMU are not doing the watch party. They say, man, we've seen this before. We've seen what happened to Florida State. Y'all ain't gonna try us like that. And I believe the writing's on the wall. They know what time it is, man. They know they're gonna pick Alabama, and if they do, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. If they do pick Alabama over SMU, welcome to college football. So let me show you the bracket. Let me see. I want to update bracket where it doesn't have Miami in it. I'm trying to show you guys the update bracket. I guess everyone had like some type of their own agenda or whatnot. Let me look at this one. So this one has, Tennessee, Ohio State, Oregon, SMU, Arizona State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Alabama, Boise State, SMU, Texas, Georgia, Indiana. So this what I'm looking at right now, they have 4 spots open, right? But we all know Ole Miss is not going to make it. We all know Miami's not going to make it. So it all comes down to who's going to take the last spot. Like, bro.
Kind of does. You are
like, if SMU was going against... Okay. That's a commercial plan right now. I want to show you. I'm just jumped in here. We really listen to the thing. We're really doing a watch party. But if you got to go against Alabama with a bunch of guys, like Michael Irvin said, the good old boys, behind closed doors, who do you think they're going to pick? It's like, I don't want to use this, but it's like a woman that's pro-abortion. And, hey, your body, your choice. I believe in that. Let's just say that. But let a woman that's pro-abortion let 12 men in one room that's from the southern states decide if she can do what she want with her body. She'll be sweating bullets right now. Shitting bricks. and I'm not laughing at the situation, but I'm kind of giving you like a visual, right? Disrespectful. Alabama is going, shaking my head. Yeah, for real. I'm just kind of giving you a visual of how nervous SMU might be right now. They're not even doing a watch party right now. The players in the dorms, they ain't cleaned their rooms in the last 12 weeks. They're doing spring cleaning this fucking winter. You know what I'm saying? They out there drinking fucking Kratom, all type of shit, man. They stressed out right now. They don't know what's going on. The head coach, he hiding in the locker room.
Playoff national championship trophy.
Shit crazy,
presented
man. Y'all listen,
by
man.
Dr. Pepper. Took the field, we tripled it. This is how the 12-team playoff will work.
Yeah, Alabama's going all day.
Time just to go through the
I'll be shocked if they don't.
basics. 5 highest-ranked conference champions are automatically included into the field.
So that's what it's
Of
5.
those 5 conference champions, they will be joined by the 7 highest-ranked teams. The 4 highest-ranked conference champions get first-round byes, placed into quarterfinals at traditional bowl sites. The 5th highest-ranked conference champion will either be seeded where they are ranked, or if they are below 12, they will be seeded 12th. Remember, only conference championship winners are eligible for those automatic bids. Then, 8 teams play in the first round. Seeds 5 through 8 will play on campus. This is the best aspect of the new formula and the new system.
I like that.
You have home playoff games. So once you do that,
then
the winners advance. There will be no reseeding all the way through to the national championship game. When we get to the quarterfinals and the semifinals, all of those will be on neutral fields at traditional bowl sites, culminating in the national championship game, which will be Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, January 20th. The winner will be crowned for the first.
They love going to Atlanta.
College football playoffs.
Yeah, so how they set all that up? I didn't know that's how they set it up, man. It's fucking confusing. At the end of the day, it's like win your conference, but you better hope Alabama's doing good. That's the world we're in right now. You want to win your conference, and you want Alabama to do good. Because if Alabama does bad and you do bad, and it's between you and Alabama, you lost. Or you just gotta be better. No, you don't have to be better than Alabama. Miami have lost 2 games.
The Oregon Ducks, champions of the.
Here it goes, you guys. Here's the selection. Oregon number 1.
Over Penn State, and the Ducks, Dan Lanning, go in as the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed.
Number 2 seed. Georgia.
Also, as expected, champions of the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. Find out about Carson Beck, who was hurt. Their backup Gunnar Stockton led them to victory in overtime against Texas yesterday to claim the SEC and get 2nd seed and the 2nd bye into the quarterfinals. Now, there are only 2 more byes left, and a conference champion has to claim each of those 2 byes, and there are 3 candidates. Here are the resumes. Boise State from the Mountain West, Arizona
no need to
State
play
from the
to
Big
go
12.
home for Christmas.
Clemson, a surprise winner.
Yeah, Alabama's going.
And not listed
I thought if Georgia made it in there,
we talked about earlier,
you're going to make a case between who would you rather see play Georgia type shit. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather see Alabama or would you rather see SMU?
On the road at Eugene, they had to get a couple of kickoffs to beat them. I think they should be above those other 2.
I would be stunned if it's not Boise State, because Tuesday, when you talk about the gap between Boise State and where Arizona State,
Boise State is 12-1. Arizona State is 11-2.
I think they're playing their best football.
Clemson is 10-3.
Last 2 times out, absolutely dominating the competition.
I like Boise State's running
with the Sun
back.
Devils of Arizona State.
Oregon, Georgia, pretty easy. The 3rd seed.
Number
in the
3.
college football playoff, a bye into the quarterfinals.
Boise State
Goes to Boise State.
I told you.
Strength of schedule overall in the 80s, right around 80, but Spencer Danielson's team.
They going crazy right now.
Ashton Genty, Heisman Trophy candidate. And Boise State, for years, they were the team that built their brand. They got in to those New Year's Six Bowls. They tried to slay the Giants. This is different. Now they're playing and competing for a national championship. Win, and they
So right now we have Oregon,
Now,
number 1.
One more bye in the quarterfinals.
Georgia, number 2.
remains. It will go to a
Boise State, number
champion,
3.
And we're down to Arizona State or Clemson. Who has the final bye? It's Arizona State.
Arizona State.
So Arizona State gets the bye.
So the 4 teams that have byes, Arizona State,
Oregon,
Boise State,
in the semifinals of Oregon against Arizona State, and the Sun Devils celebrating a remarkable turnaround.
Boy, this guy got a big jug of water. He's shaking.
In the Big 12, instead, they not only make the playoff, they get a bye into the quarterfinals.
That's crazy.
And we'll tell you where these.
You're saying we're not good enough to play, but y'all let Arizona State in.
We'll tell you where the bowl games are a little bit later on, and that's what the quarterfinals will be, bowl games.
Whatever.
Just a tremendous reward for winning a conference championship, too. Highlighting the opportunity to avoid the first round, make it to the second round automatically, and getting that first round bye.
But I do want to point out something. Conference championships have been rewarded, but what you have is number 1 and number 2 in the rankings with a bye, but you also have number 9 and number 12. So they're viewed by the committee as the 9th and 12th best teams, but instead they're placed into the quarterfinals with a bye.
I wonder how they
I think we have all said and pointed out.
came out with that
this is a
decision.
1-year deal. After this, just seed the field. Yeah. You know, you don't get the bye just by winning the conference. So there is one more automatic bid to go into this 12-team bracket. It will be Clemson. So let's see where Clemson is. Clemson still ranked 16th. So the 16th ranked team in the country is seeded 12th.
Clemson number 12
possible in the field.
Yeah, I don't think it matters to Clemson right now.
Clemson's number 12.
And now they are, and I think they come in this thing excited to just be in.
They said that Clemson was supposed to be, or Alabama's supposed to be number 12. So where the hell are they going to place Alabama?
Teams who qualified by winning conference championships automatically into the 12-team bracket. Now from here,
if Clemson's number 12,
the rest of the bracket, and remember the teams
the SMU out.
8, wherever they're ranked, 5 through 8, gets a home game. So the 5th seed will play Clemson in the bracket and play them at home is
Texas.
The Texas Longhorns. Texas and Clemson in a first-round game in Austin. Winner gets Arizona State, and I would imagine that.
Nah, this ain't NFL with wild cards.
Right
that is a very coveted seed.
They just started the playoff, man. Give us some time. We ain't playing Uno right now, you heard?
Team in the second round, first round bye. And the
So,
had to
Clemson versus Texas.
They had them ahead of Notre Dame going.
Yeah, they got a nice-ass fucking studio.
So, tough game, hard-fought
That
game,
look like Chipotle.
losing in overtime. They
Boy,
stay in
eating
front of the
good.
2 teams they were likely being measured against.
And here's a situation where the committee is valuing those 2 losses against Georgia, because if you look at Texas,
Clemson's the number 12 seed. So I'm curious where they put Alabama
with
at.
an SEC versus ACC motif throughout.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they don't have wild cards. Right now they only have 12 teams.
Blown out by
But
Georgia,
they say they're going
South
to
Carolina,
expand
who
it
is
throughout
not going to
time.
be in the field. So Texas has a home game.
Why they kind of
They're
fix
the
and
5
keeps. This is the
seed.
first year
Number
they do the
3 in the
playoff.
country according to the rankings. Who has the 6th seed?
Number 6, Penn State.
Penn State. So happy
But they
Valley
lost. How the
won
fuck you put Penn
first round
State?
playoff game after James Franklin's team came up.
How the fuck you put Penn State when they lost the Big Ten championship? That's fucking crazy.
For Penn State, we'll see who they play, but then the Boise State foe in the quarterfinal. No disrespect to Boise, I think you take that probably.
Yeah,
for
if
Penn
you're looking
State.
at Penn State, again, you're valuing losses for Penn State.
Yes.
You look at their resume and who they beat, not great, but they did play Ohio State. They did play Oregon, lost both those games. Those are the 2 losses. They come in as a 6th seed. I'm not arguing, but there will be people out there saying, who are those 11 wins against?
Okay, so you have 1 home game at Texas. You have 1 home game at Penn State.
What's a good
7th
game?
seed, the college football playoff.
Number 7, Notre Dame.
Fighting Irish of Notre
So it's going to be
Dame
Penn
on a
State?
chilly
Oh, snap,
afternoon
okay.
Evening in December, beneath the Golden Dome in the shadow of Touchdown Jesus, the Word of Life mural. Oh, look,
I ain't got Notre Dame. Y'all shit lame. If y'all look at Texas studio, that been fine. They got Chipotle, Moe's. I seen Rue Chris in the back. The guy that used to drop the salt like this. Back. Motherfuckers at Notre Dame. They sitting in the motherfucking turf.
We'll find out
Oh,
their
get the
matchup.
fuck
Now,
out of here, man.
one more home game left. And one thing I'm going to ask Ward Manuel shortly when he joins us, how much consideration went into this? Because let's be honest, There's not a sliver of difference between whoever's going to be seeded 8 and 9, but one of them is going to get to play at home in the first round.
I'm trying to figure out if
The
Alabama's going to make it or
final
not.
home game belongs to
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Coming off a disappointment the last
So,
time they stepped foot
Texas.
on the shoe, but the Buckeyes.
Now, this is the
will be
first
at
round,
home,
not the
and they will have
quarterfinals.
that weather advantage, Kirk.
I'm going to break it down to you. The quarterfinals contestants is Arizona, Oregon, Boise State, Georgia. They have a bye week. They're not playing this coming up week. Now, the first round, the home game advantage is Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame. Meaning that who they play, they're playing at their house, their stadium in the first round. So Texas playing Clemson. We're going to find out who Ohio State's playing, who's Penn State playing, who's Notre Dame playing.
We'll see shortly. Got the opportunity for the
Y'all
rematch
catching up?
against Oregon in what was just a great
Y'all following?
game in the regular season in Eugene. But as Kirk rightly pointed
Yeah.
out, the Buckeyes have some things to overcome given the way their season ended. So those are the teams that will be playing at home. Who has to go on the road and face Ohio State as the 9th seed?
The 9th seed, Tennessee.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Bro, it's a whole bunch of
They
fucking
were really
SEC.
hoping that they were going to get a
You
home
have
game.
1,
Instead, they'll travel
2,
not too far away to
3.
go to Columbus.
And the fact
You have
that they
3
didn't get the home game, I would be
SEC
disappointed
fucking
the way that Ohio
teams
State
in
has
here.
to stop the run. We know that Tennessee's going to run the football with Dylan Sampson. So all things being equal, if you're
We got 2 more
John, you
spots. So
gotta
right now we have
do
Clemson
like
versus
one
Texas.
Yeah, I think if you're
Whoever wins out of
like
Clemson
the
and
opportunity,
Texas.
like the matchup, every team you play is going to be.
So we got Clemson versus Texas. Whoever wins out of Clemson and Texas will play against Arizona for the quarterfinals. And we have Tennessee versus Ohio State. Whoever wins that match will play Oregon for the quarterfinals. Y'all keeping up? Let's go. Write a 1 in the comments if you're keeping up.
Reese, I think it's interesting to look at that next game, right? The winner of that game, we were talking earlier about Texas and Clemson playing Arizona State, that being potentially a coveted position. We talked about that all year, that 5-hole. Look at Tennessee and Ohio State, who they match up with, the winner of that game. That's pretty exciting to look at that game. Potential rematch with Oregon and Ohio State, or Tennessee gets a shot to take on the #1 team throughout the year.
You know, it could be that maybe we talked about the 5 seed being coveted. As I look at the way this bracket's unfolding, maybe it's going to be 6. Maybe
We got 2 more
6.
spots left.
Okay, 8 and 9
These next
games
2
is Ohio
teams.
State, Tennessee. The 7-10 matchup in South Bend. The Fighting Irish
Here we
will
go.
take on
Indiana.
in-state battle. Signetti wanted a home game. I don't think he had much of a case for a home game, but he doesn't have to travel too
Indiana
far.
versus Notre
It's the
Dame is an
Hoosiers with
in-state
remarkable
battle. That is
season. They go on to
crazy.
take on the Irish.
You talk about 2 different teams, Indiana and Notre Dame. Notre Dame with their run game.
So we got 1 more spot left, guys. Who will be playing Penn State?
That is, when you look at them.
Who is going to be playing Penn State? We have 1 more spot left. So out of the winner, out of Indiana and Notre Dame, they'll be playing against Georgia for the quarterfinals.
Over the years, now forced together by
Here we are.
12-team bracket. Notre Dame and Indiana winner gets Georgia in the quarterfinals. So 1 spot remaining. I think we pretty much know the 2 teams it comes down to. Does it come down to Alabama, which has some rough losses, or SMU, which really doesn't have anything that ugly on its resume, but they also don't.
Write in the comments right now. They're about to get the selection. Who do you guys think is going to win? Alabama or SMU? Type in Bama or SMU. Let's go.
Key wins being Louisville and Duke hit TCU, whereas Alabama
Here we go.
has 3 teams on their
1, 2, 3.
ranked in the top 15 to 20 in these final rankings.
Here we go.
I think the biggest gap right there is the key wins, and I think that's what Coach Saban was talking about. You look at the key wins for Alabama versus the key wins for SMU, being Louisville, Duke, Pitt, TCU. I mean, there is a mile apart.
Let's see if the bitch-ass fucking ACC stood up for SMU to get them in the playoff over Alabama.
There's no right answer.
Let's
here,
see.
But there are downsides to both.
Because we know they didn't do it for us.
Because SMU played in a conference championship game. Alabama has a couple of ugly losses. But you got to choose one of them. And they're going to get criticism either way. They
Here we
take
go.
on Penn State. And the final spot.
The
in
final spot.
Playoff. Who is it?
SMU!
The SMU Mustangs hold on to that final spot and edge out Alabama. So it will be.
Oh, that's crazy.
spots in
I
seating.
mad. Yeah.
And so now we'll do the first team out, which we all presume to be Alabama. Alabama is the first team out, and the second team out, I assume, will be Miami again. And it is. So Miami and Alabama come up just short. SMU hangs on and gets the spot. And Nick, what's your reaction?
So right now, the college playoff is Oregon.
Game day, that
so here's the final college playoff verdict. It's Oregon. Let me screenshot this so I can say it. Ah, damn, ESPN. Oh, bitches. I tried to screenshot it. Damn, that kind of hurt, man. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like, damn, you know, I'm thinking like, you know, let me see what Nick Saban got to say.
Take strength of schedule into consideration. Is there any benefit to scheduling really good teams in the future? Like, you know, here at Alabama, we're supposed to play Notre Dame, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Florida State in the future outside the league. Well, those are great games for fans to see, and that's what I think we should be doing. You know, in college football is creating more good inventory for great games that people are interested in. But do you enhance people wanting to do that? Where what's the athletic director going to do? He may go cancel all those games now, knowing that the SEC is tough enough. But at the same time, I do think the best teams are in the playoff, which I think is most important. And no coach.
That's crazy. SMU is not even having a watch party, and they made it. That's some fuck shit. That shows you how unconfident they are. You guys don't even trust them. You guys have so many fucking doubts. Y'all gonna get your ass beat. I'm trying to see who SMU play again. All right, SMU is playing against. I didn't even see that shit. I don't know. So right now, fuck you, Kurt Hurstreet. We'll see what the fuck you guys say.
It had everything to do with what happened late in the year to Alabama. I think we all look at Alabama's resume. We applaud the effort and what they did against top 25 teams. But I think the loss to Vanderbilt, and then of course,
fuck you.
The loss
Oh my God, bro. How the fuck are y'all? Oh, Alabama lost, you know, this, that. Why are we talking about Alabama? They lost, bro. Get them off the way. Ain't trying to talk about Alabama, man. Let's talk about the playoffs, man. Stop talking about Alabama. Damn. They lost. They're not in the playoff. God damn. Talk about the people, the team that's in the playoffs. Stop doing this shit. Oh, Alabama's there, you know. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Damn.
That and honors that, and so here we go. We got the field. Great matchup.
Damn, bro.
12-team playoff.
Fuck Bama.
First round on
Bro, man, why y'all keep talking about the nigga, man?
Nick?
You got Nick Saban.
Yeah, well, you know, when you look at this thing as a whole,
You don't even have the head coach for Alabama right now.
I'm hopeful that we learn from this first time around. I think there's a lot of learning opportunities for us. You know, the whole criteria for how we pick teams relative to strength of schedule. We already talked about that. But then look at the path based on who gets a first round bye and what is your path to get to the championship game.
Yeah, man, I honestly thought that Alabama was going to skip over them because they fucked us over, man. Maybe it was just a Florida State thing. They ain't fuck with us. But I'm glad that Clemson, SMU's in there. 2 ACC championship teams are in there, so that's what's up. I hope Clemson or SMU wins it all the way. Miami, you should have been in there. That shows you, Miami, if you'd have won against Syracuse, you would have been in the fucking playoff, bro. It shows you. You would have been in fucking playoff. But y'all shot yourself in the fucking foot. What Miami always does. The Miami Heat shoot themselves in the foot. The Miami Marlins shoot themselves in the foot. You guys, what you guys do? That's why nobody go to y'all games. Oh, we're playing an NFL stadium. We can't build a stadium in Coral Gables because there's so many ordinances and codes and they're not going to let us. So what? The New York Giants play New Jersey. Make it happen. Figure it out, bro. But so far, ain't nobody going to your games.
Just seed them 1 through 12 and let's see how things stack up. But this was a very difficult conclusion to come to because there was really no winning, like you've all alluded to for, gosh, the better part of the last half hour. You had consequences on both sides. You put Alabama in the field. You are now de-incentivizing participation in a conference championship game, because SMU, had they decided not to play the ACC title, they say, we're not going to go. They're at 8. What are you going to do, drop them out? So you are de-incentivizing the conference championship game, or you're going to de-incentivize the strength of schedule and teams being willing to go out of conference and play more difficult opponents. So there was no winning here. It was a catch-22 for the committee. They went with what they thought was the most justifiable outcome. It's hard to push back on it, but I do think moving forward, with where we're at, with bloated conferences, with 18 teams, 17 teams, 16 team conferences, where not all conference schedules are created equal, we need to put a heavier weight on strength of schedule, because Indiana's schedule is not comparable to that of Ohio State's schedule, and they're playing in the same league. So we need to assess that, put more weight on that, and hopefully that'll give us a better outcome in the future for some of these teams.
I think to sort of summarize what Greg is saying, when I said Indiana shouldn't play their quarterback, he's coming closer to where I was on that stance. But it's incentivizing.
You're going to die on that go. You're going to go.
Bro, I was looking for these fucking headsets for the longest.
Saban is saying,
I went out and bought another one. What the fuck?
It is hard to quantify what it means to go through the gauntlet of the SEC. And when you have to play back-to-back teams, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, LSU, all ranked teams. That's what Alabama had to do.
What the fuck?
That is
I went and bought a whole new headset, bro.
Understand for people
and she was here the whole time.
Into that, and so it becomes
I need to retire you guys. Who's gonna retire me?
When we're looking at these teams, it is difficult to put a value on
what else is
what
fucking
it's like
in
to
here,
play
man?
Georgia and then play Vandy after that. If Vandy comes to play, because you just now played Georgia. And for people who are sitting at home,
I'm just sitting in the why do I hate Miami? First and foremost, I don't hate.
It's hard to.
It's called heritage.
On that and say that
it's not called hate. It's called heritage. Even got my camouflage pants on. You see it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we really do this. You heard? Even the socks camouflage. We really do this for real. You heard? It's not called hate, man. It's called heritage. Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what they say? I mean, let me give you a quick story. When I was in Oregon, and I don't even know why. Like, I don't even know why people love Oregon so much. You know, of course, Nike's headquarters is in Oregon, and you got Oregon University. All the kids want to go out there because they get new clothes and all this, all that stuff. But at the same time, there's nothing Oregon. But there's a place north of Eugene. It's called Selma, Oregon. Selma, something like that. Fucking racist in the motherfucker. I remember one time I was walking into this convenience store, it was a 7-Eleven, and it doesn't have no gas pump, it's just a convenience store, 7-Eleven convenience store. And I needed to get some money, right? And as I'm walking in, it's in Oregon, so I'm in Oregon. I'm walking in there, and the freaking cashier, young Caucasian dude, just watching me, man, just fucking watching me. Everywhere I go, he's fucking watching me. I peep game, but I ain't trying to worry about it. I'm trying to get my shit, right? So now I go to the counter. When I go to the counter, I forgot I didn't have no money. I was literally going in there to go to the ATM getting money. But you know the 7-Eleven cookies, the chocolate chip cookies? Oh, Lord. They're to die for. So I'm like, damn, oh, fuck, I forgot my wallet. So I went to the car. When I went to the car to grab my wallet and I came back inside, you know the guy had the nerve to say, what you just put in your car? And I was literally parked right in front of the glass. Like, all you got to do is this. And you see the fucking car. No tints, no nothing. This guy talking about what you just put in your car. I said, man, do you really think I'm going to steal something, put it in the car, then come back to pay for these chocolate chip cookies? And he just looked at me like, I'm just asking, what did you put in the car? I said, how about you call the police? Call the police and have the police search what the fuck I put in my car. Oh, well, you got to be so hostile, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. Whatever. All right, hey, let me get the chocolate cookies, I'm out. So he rings out chocolate chip cookie. I got my wallet in my pocket. I'm like, hey, hold on, I'm going in the car real quick, man. I forgot something else. So he got to give me the... So I go in the car, get what I did. I want y'all to see me turn the ignition. Reverse on this bitch ass. Yeah, man, fuck that nigga, man. Man, I was so hot, so heated, bro. When I said the minute I walked in that motherfucking convenience store, this guy was just watching me the whole time. Then he had the nerve to ask me, because I went in my car to grab a wallet, because I forgot my wallet, because the main reason I was there was because of the fucking ATM machine, but I smelled the chocolate chip cookies, and I wanted to get chocolate chip cookies. So I went to go get chocolate chip cookies, and I forgot my wallet. I went back to my wallet to come back to the side. He asked me, what did I put in the car? Bitch, ain't you watching me? No, I left this bitch ass, man. To this day, that fucking chocolate chip cookie probably still on the motherfucking counter. So if you're ever in Selma, Oregon, say Broker said, fuck y'all. Because if y'all don't tell them, I'm going to tell them. Because I'll be back in Selma, Oregon. And I'm going to say, fuck y'all. Straight up, man. Now you laughing. Come on, man. Fuck Oregon, man. But Eugene straight.
I think Coach Saban makes a great point, which is why you have to watch the games and look at the games. You're right, Coach. These schedules are imbalanced, and you don't play a top 25 team. But if you don't do that, then you should beat the brakes off the teams you play, and you should watch these games and look how you perform against these teams that are inferior. And I think the committee did a really good job of looking at that because
why are we still having a conversation on this team deserving to be in there because they play harder teams but lost 3 times, right? And then you want to say, well, this and the third. Well, then a fucking team, a player just go to a fucking SEC. That's what y'all really trying to say. A player could just go to the SEC and fucking just do a shitty ass fucking job and still have a chance to get to the playoffs. Like,
is not sitting there watching the games the same as we are, and they have opinions the same as we do.
Wait, no, they
we
don't.
Get on this show, it just
Crazy
makes it
business,
sound
man.
like you guys should watch the games. That's what they do. They watch the games.
But they don't. Oh, fuck you talking about they watch? They don't watch the game. They watch the game, but they watch their pocket too. The fuck you talking about? What do you think they're watching the most? The game or the money in their pocket? The fuck you talking about? What did they even God say?
The conclusion that they came to. So I don't want anybody to think I'm being critical of the committee. I think they had a very difficult job, and they did a good job based on the circumstances that we have. But I do think we should make some adjustments to this in the future, and one of those things should be play more good games. In other words, instead of playing 8 SEC games, maybe we should play 10. Maybe we should play 10 ACC conference games. So then you have 4 really good teams in the ACC, and Clemson didn't play them, and SMU didn't play them. All right, so how do you evaluate that?
I like that.
So maybe if we played more games,
I like that.
That you'd have a better opportunity to play more.
Okay, I agree with you on that, Nick.
Which would make it clear for the committee. And, how you get in for winning a conference championship, we've already talked about that. But I don't want anybody to think that I'm disrespecting the committee in any way, because I think they had a very difficult circumstance based on the system that we have.
Nick basically saying he don't want to lose his job.
I remember when last year when we had the 4 that
Kirk
there was
don't give a fuck.
debate, and I think when we went to 12, there's some people that thought, we're not going to have this big debate next year because we're going to have 12, and of course you're going to have a debate. Reese, you guys do it even with a field of 68 in March, so there's always going to be a debate. I think in this case there just wasn't going to be a right answer no matter what.
Now I think Nick did make a valid point, because Clemson didn't play Miami, SMU didn't play Miami. Now SMU did play Florida State, and Clemson played us, but we wasn't as good. But that is a valid point. I think they should extend college football regular season just to make this make more sense. Not only should they extend it, but allow the teams to actually play each other. But at the same time, when you do something like that, then all you're going to have in the conference championship game is what do you call that shit, man? It's top of my head. A repeat? Rematch. All you're going to have is a whole bunch of rematches. We ain't trying to do all that, bro.
As opposed to just by looking at it like we're still in 1985. I'm just wondering, now that this game has become so national, is there any way that we could get the schedule makers to all get on board to
man,
try
shut the fuck up.
Kind of
you wasn't like this last year.
Scheduling as
man.
Opposed to just everybody doing it.
Match your energy like you had last year, man. Kirk. Oh, bitch ass. I think we need to talk to the committee. No, you said, I think the committee did a great job. They did exactly what they're supposed to do. Fabulous job. Now you talking about, I think we need to tweak a little bit here and there. Why the bitch ass Alabama not in there? The fuck?
Revenue share at a different level than others. So does that put teams in a different category? And then do those teams play?
Nigga, take your goddamn jacket off. That ain't make it.
Get your point.
You at the crib, you got your whole suit on. Take your goddamn suit off. The fuck? Nigga, wear a sweater, nigga.
And, it's great for the top teams, but...
Go crack the grass, nigga. Go rake the lawn, you Nick. You ain't making it. You ain't going to the playoffs.
teams in college football are not going to have the same opportunity.
Go rake the grass.
30 have.
And you got a trash going to take out.
Those top 30 may end up someplace in and of themselves playing each other.
Y'all tell Nick take his tie off, man.
You know,
For real,
it would
tell Nick take his tie off,
to find out who the best teams were because you wouldn't have these many games that were so.
Bro, we just got through. We just got through with them talking about the college football playoff, who's in it, who's not. And for the last 20 minutes, they're talking about Alabama this, Alabama that, or I think we need to tweak this, I need to tweak that. Man, fuck all that. Because last year, when we had 4 teams, y'all ain't talking about tweaking this, tweaking that. Y'all talking about the 4 teams that was in it. That's what the fuck you guys were talking about. Now y'all talking about tweak this, tweak that. Fuck out of here, man.
We could do that too. Well, site to be determined.
You're always welcome.
All right.
You're always welcome.
So December 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern, we got Clemson versus Texas in Austin, Texas. December 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern, we got Tennessee versus Ohio State at Columbus, Ohio. Not too far. At December 21st at 12 p.m. Oh, these are these are AM game, my bad. We have SMU versus Penn State at State College, Pennsylvania. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Indiana versus Notre Dame. That's gonna be a really, really good game. They're both 11-1, and it's gonna be in South Bend. It's fucking freezing in fucking South Bend.
Time against the winner of SMU and Penn State, and then
online, I can walk out right now. The snow just melted, but I can walk out. I just passed by South Bend.
Sun Devils taking on the winner of Clemson and Texas, and also have a note of when the other games are played and what's in prime time. Indiana and Notre Dame will be in prime time on Friday night, December 20th on ESPN and ABC. And then the other prime time game, Tennessee and Ohio State, 8 o'clock.
If y'all ain't got y'all Disney Plus subscription on Hulu, if you ain't got your ESPN, I don't know. I got the bundle pack. I don't know about you. I don't know what individual products they sell at ESPN. I got the bundle pack. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all ain't got this, look at the Chairman Ward manual. I ain't got nothing to say about you. You ain't did nothing to me this year, man. I ain't gonna curse you out. I was just talking to Nick Saban and them bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Saban sometimes, but you know, it's still on site when I see a Bama. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing Bama players. It's still on site. I'm gonna talk shit. But anyways, going back, y'all get y'all package. I got the bundle. I don't got the individual. I said, man, go ahead and throw it all in the bin. You hear? Throw it all in the bin, dog. I got soccer, I got hockey, I got polo, I got all type of shit in the bin. So y'all go get y'all shit, cause I don't need to see you guys online on YouTube trying to watch the championship playoff games, man. Your shit lagging in the motherfucker. I'm out here screaming, saying touchdown. Y'all niggas still in the last quarter. Y'all niggas still the last 2 minutes ago. Nigga, they been scored a touchdown. Fuck you been at? So y'all go ahead and go get y'all bundle, go do what you gotta do. And then once the college season over with, you don't need it no more. Maybe you want to watch ESPN football. You want to watch basketball, something like that. You don't keep the bundle, but nigga, cancel that bitch, man. Yeah, I got the bundle pack.
Well, I feel just like a child. Well, I feel just like a child. Well, I feel just like a child.
I don't like that. I don't know why the hell I was dancing to that shit. All in the bag. I got that on my truck too. What you got, the bundle pack? Hula hoop? Hula hoop? I can never pronounce that shit. Hula hoop? Hula hoop. I got it for, I ain't gonna lie, I bought it right before college football season kicked off because I was gonna watch all the Florida State game. I was pissed off last year because my shit was lagging in the motherfucker. I was on YouTube watching the games. Refreshing, going to the next page after the next page. Then I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy the bundle pack. Then we lost the first game versus Georgia Tech in Dublin, Ireland. I kept it for this fucking day. Cause I knew Miami was gonna make that shit. Woo! Nah, man, I already knew Miami, dog. Y'all know how you is, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man. Like, my heart goes out to Miami fans. Real, true Miami fans. Y'all give it out. Hold on, child. Chill. For real, my heart goes out to all the Miami fans out there. Let me drop the back light for y'all so y'all know I'm serious. My heart goes out to all the Miami fans out there, man. I know y'all Y'all struggling right now, man. Y'all just don't know what to do. Season over with. Y'all spending Christmas at your grandmama house. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the game. I don't know what y'all doing on Christmas. I'm getting money. But I'm gonna be betting, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't bet. But I know y'all gonna be at the mama house. Mama gonna be talking shit. You know, your mama already gave up the sweater. She wearing the Georgia sweater. She wearing the Alabama sweater. No, not Alabama. She wearing the SMU sweater. You know what I'm saying? Fake news. Where y'all going? Where Miami going? The only bowl game y'all going to is at Walmart. Y'all going to buy a fruit bowl. The only bowl game y'all going to. The fruit bowl game. Your mama gonna send your ass out to go get a fruit bowl for the Christmas party. That's all you gonna get. That's the only ball game Miami football players and fans are getting this year. Y'all go straight to the fucking produce aisle, nigga. Go get the fruit bowl. The big one, nigga. Don't get the small. With no oranges, nigga. I would see nothing orange in that fruit bowl. Fuck you talking about? Yeah.
We looked at SMU's schedule and they were undefeated in conference. Their losses were to ranked teams. But we also looked at Alabama's loss to unranked teams.
They're in Texas.
And it was quite a debate. I mean, we
This
value strength of schedule. That's why Alabama,
this is the chairman for the playoff committee,
is ranked ahead of other teams that have 2 losses.
I told him right now.
It is something that we talk about quite a bit. But in the balance of it, in the way SMU played in that game, losing on the last second field goal, great win by Clemson, great game. We just felt that in this particular case, SMU still had the nod at 10 above Alabama. But it's no disrespect to Alabama's strength of schedule. It's merely looking at the entire body of work for both teams.
It's human nature, Ward, to focus on that last spot. We do it every year, whether it's 4 teams or 12 teams. We just put a graphic up on the screen that also included Indiana. I know the way the committee goes about ordering and ranking these teams once you get to the various steps. You often wind up with...
He's explaining how they came up with their
Indiana
decision.
Ever come under the same type of scrutiny that SMU and Alabama did relative to each other, relative to those 3 teams?
Absolutely. We did that the week prior. We did it this week. We talked about where teams are and looked at their schedule again, looked at who they played.
Now I want no bananas.
How they played in those games in terms of their schedule.
Put strawberries in that bad boy. You see what I'm wearing? Put some strawberries in my bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Straight strawberries. You hear me?
Of those teams, as you look at them,
you can drop a little watermelon in that bad boy too. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. All y'all, hey,
get a chance to watch games.
Watch in the comments now. Don't be trying to
build a big lead. Did you sense anything?
I'm one of y'all too. Don't be trying to be funny now. Don't be trying to be funny now.
Game, as opposed
I said
to when
watermelon.
the ponies made the big rally and came very close to being able to pull it out.
Well, I think, we all recognize that Clemson really started off strong in that game, and SMU was having difficulty in the
I ain't
first
like
half
that
of
quarterback
the
did
game.
very good. Clemson's quarterback.
But as we watched the whole game, we were impressed with the fact that SMU came back the way that they did. They performed very well defensively.
But the thing is,
shut Clemson down.
Like I've been said, like Clemson was not supposed to be there. If Miami would have won versus Syracuse, this was a game that they were supposed to win. Like I said, I was talking to a good friend of mine. You guys can follow him, Truzo. He's on YouTube. And we talked. He basically broke down all the schools that could be a potential to beat them. And Syracuse was not mentioned once. Syracuse was not supposed to beat them. So whoever betted with Syracuse to beat Miami, you guys made a lot of money. All you guys needed to do was beat fucking Syracuse, bro. And y'all would have been in the ACC championship game. Y'all would have probably won versus SMU, lost versus SMU. But you guys would have been in the playoff. At the same time, give credit. Trudeau, the one that was talking about the teams and all that, his team, Miami Hurricanes. Well, at the end of the day, he did mention that what traumatized him, what kind of scares him, is his DBs. He said that before this season even started. So Mario Cristobal, if y'all looking for a on-field scouter, a person that can analyze the whole situation and put it in words and show you what you need to do, hire my dog Trudeau, man. Hire Trudeau. Because he said the DBs were scaring the fuck out of him. And he saw all this during the scrimmage. And throughout the whole season, who gave Miami the most problems? DBs. Cam Ward was Miami was scoring 50 points a game, bro. 50 points a game. Not because they had the number one offense in the country. Yes, they did. Miami had the number one offense in the country. But the reason why they had to score so much because their defense sucked. Their DBs were trash. So while Miami's doing 50 points a game, what the other teams are doing 40, 52. So now it's a shootout, bro. So he did tell me, he pointed that out and said, yo, our DBs was going to hurt us. And at the end of the day, guess who hurt them? The fucking DBs. And once again, bad coaching. Who would have lost every game? Miami? I ain't talking about Florida State. Last year we were undefeated. I know you ain't talking about these guys. So I feel like we would have lost every game. Nah, Miami, y'all were undefeated. Like y'all 9-0. 9-0, bro. All you had to do was beat Syracuse, bro. That's it. That's it. That's it, bro. They don't even talk about Miami no more. They don't talk about Cam Ward. They waste that guy's senior year. Waste. Restrepo, senior year. All these seniors, all these guys that were amped up at the beginning of the season, they had Michael Irvin coming through. I ain't seen Michael Irvin down in Miami for the longest, man. And shout out Michael Irvin. I'll be watching him on It Is What It Is. If you guys don't know what It Is What It Is, y'all go ahead and watch it. That's Cam, Stack, baby, and Mace Show. Talk about sports. Michael Irvin got a sports bar called Playmaker in Dallas, Texas, somewhere around there. So you can always look up Playmaker. I'm not getting paid, but maybe you guys can let him know I sent you there. Maybe I can get a little highlight, you know. But anyways, I'm seeing Michael Irvin going to the stadium. I ain't seen Michael Irvin in one fucking Miami game. Not one. Michael Irvin showing up. Adrian James showing up. Niggas doing interviews, podcast. Hey, Miami went 2-0. They do a podcast interviews with DJ Vlad. Talk about how I was back in the day playing football. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't see y'all niggas all year. I ain't see y'all last year. Now y'all 2-0. Y'all doing podcasts. 5-0. Y'all doing giveaways. Come on, man. That shit crazy. The only person I ain't see come back was Warren Sapp. That man got a job to do, bro. Shout out to Warren Sapp, too. Yeah, I'm telling you, Michael Irvin was in every game. I have not seen Michael. I've been to multiple fucking Florida State Miami games. I have not seen Michael Irvin at any of those fucking games, bro. So, that's why it is when niggas be hyped up. Not like he's supportive. He want to show face. He want to, let these kids, hey, man. Sometimes the big brother shows up at the end. It be like that, though. Sometimes daddy becomes a father towards the end of our life cycles, This isn't like Michael Irvin, dog. You see the niggas doing something, you like, shit. Let me ride a part. I want to be a part of this shit. You know what I mean? But I ain't see that nigga all year, man. This nigga bending down, buck cheeks in the air. Pause, no Diddy, man. When I'm talking about Michael Irvin, I'm talking about Michael Irvin. But shout out Michael Irvin. Ain't got nothing against him. Great guy, funny guy. Very, very knowledgeable of the game. And when you talk about players that contribute to college football and contribute to the NFL, Michael Irvin.
The undefeated team in the country,
Straight from
Oregon.
Dade County.
First time ranked #1 in the final playoff rankings. 2014. They were number 2 when they played for the national championship in 2014 behind Marcus Mariota. And now, led by another Hawaiian quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, they go into this tournament.
Oregon has not won a national championship
team in the country. Happy to be joined by Dan Lanning. Nick is joining us as well to talk to a guy who has worked closely with him over the years. Dan, first of all, congratulations. And you have some time off now, and you'll watch the Ohio State-Tennessee game. I want to hit you with a big picture question. I know you said just win, and you're correct in that, and everything else takes care of itself. We just asked Ford about the potential that you guys.
Hey man, I'm Florida State until, I resign. You know what I'm saying? You see what year I had this? I've been a Florida State fan since I was in elementary. There's guys out there that's fucking should we call it? What's a sorry ass team out there, man? I'm trying to think. Idaho, you know what I'm saying? They got niggas like that. They Idaho till they die. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They got out here, we Virginia Tech till we die. We Virginia till we die. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that play. Man, we get this out your way. Ain't nothing wrong with that play. I ain't got no harm play. No harm. My team, we ain't have a good season too, bro. I ain't know. Hey. Whoa there, big fella. Hey. We all can't be Alabama. We all can't be undefeated unless you motherfucking Florida State. You know what I'm saying? We did that last year. Oregon did it this year. We did that last year, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm what you used to be. That's what 50 Cent said. I'm what you used to be. Nigga, Florida State been going undefeated. Beating ass. Man, like Miami had their time back in the 80s. I was like a little kid. I don't remember Miami back in the 80s, bro.
Issues for us down the road. So we're going to have to look at more than just one team as we prepare. And then have some periods within those practices where it kind of focuses more on overall scheme within those issues, whether that's quarterback runs or empty packages or unbalanced
Oregon's playing
blitz packages that we might see from different groups of opponents down the stretch, and then spend a lot of time just focusing on our improvement. I'm not worried about the rat poisoning because I was at the game last night, and I know how much better we can get. We didn't play our best game, but we had each other's back, and that's the part.
Yeah, I ain't gonna make it. Anyways, that's Oregon. Yeah, we all know Miami didn't have a defense, bro. We didn't have a quarterback. Did they care? Did they care? We didn't have a quarterback and still went undefeated. Did they care? So you telling me, oh, we didn't have a defense. Who cares? Who are you again? Roll Tide? No? Sir, can you stand by in the back? Can you wait in line, sir? No one cares, man. No one cares. Y'all have no good defense. Y'all spent all that goddamn money for Cam Ward and did that in the third. Why you ain't get a defensive player? Okay.
And ready to roll again.
We had a lot of teams.
So I think
this is Oregon.
Really
this is Dan Lanning.
A couple weeks for us.
He's 35-5 in 3 seasons with Oregon.
Is how do you stay conditioned to go be able to play football? You'll see as people enter bowl games, you see more missed tackles in college football than any other part of the season. You'll see some more injuries at times.
Oregon's is because guys I ain't gonna lie. Oregon, they're small. Now when you look at Michigan, if you guys watch the Michigan and Ohio State rumble in the tussle. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't blame the police for using a motherfucking pepper spray. Them big ass jits. Them niggas was like 6'7". Big thing, nigga. Nigga roughed out the corner like, yo, you don't see him grab the flag? Fuck them. I'd have been, yo, fuck them too, man. Just let me go, bro. Let me go. Them big ass jit. Niggas talking about, oh, excessive force. Hey, man, if that would have happened at a HBCU, someone would have got shot. Yeah, pepper sprayed them. I'm scared for my motherfucking life. Oh, well, these other guys, innocent bystanders got hit with the spray. Well, y'all wasn't doing your job. Why? How did we get here? These guys fighting with each other. You got your dumbass player running with the flag. Yeah, pepper spray. Pepper spray, Big Draco. Come on, man. Tarson White his ass, man. Big ass jit. Going back to Oregon. Oregon, y'all too small, bro.
For me is looking at you guys last year versus this year,
they're
playing
too
in
small.
a different league, getting acclimated to a different league, not having to suffer the pain.
You gonna play against Ohio State, Texas, Georgia.
This transition,
How has the Big Ten now prepared you for a postseason run that you're hoping to go on here in the next few weeks?
I caught a deal too.
Well, I think more than anything, this season has prepared us for a lot of different moments.
Big ass
because
jits,
we've
man.
had to win in a lot of different ways. You know, we've had.
Perpetuate they dumb ass, man. Big ass motherfucker. Talking about excessive force. Where? Shit, nigga, I was scared for my life too. I'm like, that how big it is? Shit. I ain't gonna lie, I saw Johnny Wilson for the first time. That motherfucker, that's a big ass jet. Nigga, leg bigger than a fucking turkey leg, man. Pause, no diggy, man. But that shit was huge. Them big ass jets, man. Y'all niggas swinging and bunging. Nah, ain't y'all got helmets on? Nigga, I might get hit too. Shit, I was spraying crazy, boy. I would have hit myself too. Shit. Fuck wrong with these people talking about excessive force.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right,
back your ass up then.
Head coach at Oregon. Here's the 12-team bracket, the college football playoff. The Ducks playing on New Year's Day.
So we got Clemson. These are the teams that are playing on December 21st. We got Clemson, Texas. Then we have Tennessee and Ohio State. Then we have SMU versus Penn State. And then we have Indiana versus Notre Dame. So that should be a good game. I think Ohio State versus Oregon, but then Oregon beat. Yeah, Oregon beat Ohio State.
Yay! I put all the important contact info on the fridge.
There it goes, you guys, man. I'm glad you guys watched the show. Not show, the live reaction. But I think it's about time for me to settle on down. Take the Browns to the Super Bowl, if you know what I'm saying. I was joking. But crazy. I really did thought that Alabama was going to skip over SMU, and I think the committee knew that if they would have did that shit, it would have been like a riot. There would have been like 100 reborn fucking Florida State type of mentality players and shit. So I truly believe there's a good playoff selection. You got 2 ACC teams in there, and you got 3 SEC, and you got some Big Tens in there. So then you have Arizona State and you have Indiana in there. I know Arizona State is Big 12. Indiana, I don't really know. But you also have Notre Dame. We all know they're independent. And everybody, in the beginning of the season, the beginning of the year, everybody's talking about how Notre Dame's independent. They don't play nobody, or they don't play in a conference game where they make it to the playoff and blah, 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 blah. Well, this is the first year 12-man playoff, and guess who made it? Notre Dame. So we could throw that out the window. Notre Dame, as long as they play good, do what they do, dominate teams, you don't have to play in a conference game. And I think that's going to eventually bite a lot of people in the ass. They're going to be like, well, shit, Notre Dame is not in the conference. And all they gotta do is win their games and they get in. So what's the point of me playing in a conference game? You feel what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm going independent too. All I gotta do is fucking dominate and win my games, and I get to the playoffs. So fuck winning the conference. So. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so, like and subscribe. And I am calling it a day. Today was supposed to be my day off, my break. It's when I chill. I unwind, I kind of meditate. But today was a special day. We had the playoff selection. I thought it was going to be a lot more crazier than what it was, but it wasn't. It was kind of, you know what I mean? I hyped it up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I exaggerated it up a little bit, but, just for the content. But thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good Sunday, and we'll see who wins the national football championship game. And maybe I'll go live, maybe I won't. I don't know where I'm gonna be at that time, but enjoy your day. I'm out.